being in nature, man. It was amazing. But at the same time, my parents, like, people was like crying, like, this is a struggle, it's a struggle. But when you get here, like, damn, life was actually freaking good. You know, life was amazing.
Welcome everyone back to the Pupils Life podcast. Today I have an old coworker of mine and a friend of mine as well, Redie Mumbili. Is that correct?
Redie Mumbili, yes, sir.
Redie Mumbili. And welcome to the podcast, Redie. I'm happy to have you on. It's good to see you.
I'm excited being here, man. I can go ahead and introduce myself. So, yeah, my name is Redie Mumbili, like Nico said, and you might hear the name Mumbili, like, where you from? From the Congo, born and raised in Congo. Grew up in Tanzania as a refugee. So, yeah, I've been in America for about 12 years, and I met Nico at the job that I'm still at today, and it's a great co-worker, man. I was excited to meet you, man.
It's weird because I remember you came it was at Blenders and Bowls. You came in before you had even applied. And I think you just got a bowl with your friends a couple times.
You know what attracts me the most? It was the music you was playing. You was playing so that was like, it was like something that, like, man, it's like this guy is like into what I'm into. Like it's like sometimes you just feel the vibe. You're like, this, I belong here for some reason, but you don't know what's the reason. But like, he's like, I want to be around this type of environment.
Yeah.
And when I heard you playing Mac DeMarco, and I was like, that's where I want to be. So yeah, that's what really got me wanting to apply at that job. And thank God I got it while you were still there. You know, it was a pleasure working with you, man. I learned a lot from you. And crazy thing is, like, our relationship still tight after that. Like, most people, like, I work with, and they will work, and then after they leave, and then everybody we just vanish. We're just apart from each other. But with you, man, it's like, it's crazy. It's crazy. Who would have thought that we could be on the podcast?
On a podcast,
talking, man. It's crazy, yeah.
So how long have you been there now?
Should be 2 years now.
2 years.
Yeah, 2 years now. So, yeah, man. So it's a cool job, you know. So it's an amazing job. You get to learn a lot about customer service, and you know how to take care of your people. You know, the people that come and trying to enjoy what you serve. You know.
Was that your first job in the U.S.?
I had many jobs. That job was also good because it was not too far from my school. It's like a 5-minute walk, so it didn't hurt me. And I needed something on the weekend because most of the time on weekdays I'll be busy with school, and it's like I just need to make a little money on the weekends to be able to just like enjoy the weekend, and I know I have some little cash in my pocket.
Remind me what you're going to school for?
Business management.
Business management.
Yes, sir. I'll be graduating in May 15, I believe. So yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready to get out.
Has it
been... I feel like jail, man. I'm tired of school. I'm so tired of school. But at the same time, you know, I feel like sometimes it's like you gotta go to, like, I went to school for learning experience. I wanna see like how things are in college, you know. Like, people say college is like the best place ever. I don't think it's the best place ever, man. No. It's like the one that say that is they only saying that for the party part of college. And when my goal was really to go to college to experience it, and also just trying to get enough education, enough learning that I can get from school, you know. And I think I got that, but at the same time, I don't think it's the best place to be, because it's just like so much stress you out, and there's a lot of things you want to do, but at the same time, you really commit to one thing, which is college for me. And once I start something, if you know me, once I start something, I want to finish. You know, I don't want to stop. So yeah, man.
So what's been your favorite part of being in college?
Meeting new friends, man. I met a lot of people, you know, and that was also another goal. Like I really wanted to go to school and just like, you know how a lot of like people, 60 people that go to school and they meet a group of people, like the founder of Facebook, he went to Harvard, he met a great amount of people that were like on the same plane as him. And he just like said F college, and I'm gonna go ahead and chase my dream. That was really always my goal, you know. I always want to go to college and like meet people, entrepreneurs that want to really get into like fashion and like they just take over the world and just go on and do what we want to do. But it's not always the case, you know. You get there and like not everybody on the same mindset. So
I remember you telling me back when we were working together some stories about like I forget what the dynamics were even, but something about girls like either getting upset with you or you getting upset with them, or like being a, what was the, you remember?
I don't know. I
No?
think it's been a long time, man.
It was because I think you were still like 19 or 20.
I was young.
And yeah, I mean, we're not that different in age.
Probably was speaking on relationships.
That's, I think, yeah. Just that I think it was hard for you when you moved here to adapt to like
the culture,
like the culture of the dating culture.
Here. Yeah.
So, especially in college.
Oh yeah, it's very different. It's like you want something, but your significant other not giving you what.
I remember exactly what it was. It was that because I have a friend in Mexico City that is exactly like the thing you were telling me, is that you just wanted to be single and you wanted to like enjoy life while you're still young. And I remember I was in a relationship when you were telling me that, and I was telling you like, man, I'm so jealous that that you get to like experience all of this.
Yeah.
And
so it's like, and like if we speak on relationship, it's something that I don't like to pressure myself into, you know, because like I respect everybody. I respect female, I respect males, and I respect your space, because I feel like sometimes people put themselves in a relationship to just do it because everybody's doing it, you know, and that's not who I am. I don't feel like I have to do it. I don't feel like it's a must to do it, and that's why like sometimes like I've never really been like a serious relationship, just because I feel like if I get into a relationship and then hurts somebody's daughter hard, like it's like that's something that she gonna always have, and that's something every time she see me around, that's something she gonna always remember me as. You feel me? And I'm just like, I just also sometimes I would separate myself from like put myself in a relationship. And I mean, there's a time where I'm gonna be ready to be able to get into like a serious relationship. But at the time right now, I feel like I'm young. I'm too young to be committed, because I know if I committed right now, I feel like I'm still gonna cheat, because I still want to enjoy life. You know, I'm still enjoying life, and I don't feel like I don't need to be controlled right now and be told like you need to be at home at this time. You can't hang with friends, this type of friend. You can't be doing that and doing this. So right now I need my freedom. I need to live life to the fullest.
Yeah.
And when I'm ready, I will commit to somebody and just live a nice life with somebody and be able to just do what they think is right. You feel me? And I want them to actually do what I think is right. You know, so.
And is that like one of your goals, is to eventually like find a partner?
Yeah. And this is a crazy thing. Is like right before I came in, I was on a Clubhouse, and and this girl had put the title of the room, it was single people with no Valentine's Day. And it's crazy because I hop on there and we were just talking about a whole different thing, and then she was asking me, why am I single? And I told her, I'm like, I'm not ready. I'm not ready. She said, are you a cheater? I'm like, I can't be a cheater because I've never been. I don't have a woman now, and I've never been in a relationship. You know, I've seen friends that cheat. You know, and it's because of like they're young and they feel like they need to do more, but like they already put themselves in that box where like somebody's telling you what to do, and you can't do certain things because you're gonna hurt them. You feel me?
Yeah.
And I respect that a lot. I don't think I want to really hurt any. I honestly don't want to hurt anybody, because I feel like I'm still young. I'm still learning. I'm trying to honestly, I'm just trying to live my life and enjoy it while I can, And
it's crazy that you have that self-awareness. Because when I was your age, I was nowhere near that self-aware, and I was the guy that was cheating.
When did you start dating?
I had my first girlfriend, like serious girlfriend, when I was 16 or 17.
Damn.
And you're still in high school.
Why did you do it?
Why did I do it? I think I liked the attention, and once we were boyfriend and girlfriend, there were times where I felt like I don't want to be in this relationship anymore, but I was too afraid to like break up and then be alone again. Because
that's the crazy part that really messed up like young men and females. Like we so young, we put ourselves in a commitment with somebody, and then when that thing apart from each other, it's like you feel alone.
Yeah,
you feel so alone, like to a point where like you just throwing yourself to every different male or female just because you don't want to be alone. You don't know how to be alone. You feel me?
Yeah.
So there's something I'm afraid of, like, because if I put myself in a commitment, then we're apart from each other. Even though it might show like on the outside might show that I don't really care about my significant other, somebody that I had before. Deeply, I still care. I still miss that person, So that's why something I'm like, I feel bad for the young ones that put themselves in that situation, because like you're gonna feel alone, and you're gonna just be mad every time you see like her or him doing different, then move on with somebody else.
Yeah.
So I'm not afraid of it. I just feel like I'm not. I don't think I'm ready enough to just be in that situation yet.
Yeah.
But soon, I'll show you. Soon.
And so I know you already told me a lot of this, but it was a couple of years ago, so I don't remember very well. How long have you been living in the US?
12 years now.
12 years. 12 years. And how old are you?
I'm 21. I came here when I was 10.
I thought your 21st birthday was a long time ago.
But 22nd. I'm 22. I turned 22 like a few days ago.
Okay.
On the 9th.
Oh, happy birthday.
Thank you, boss.
So you came here when you were 9/10 years old.
10 years old, yeah.
And you came straight to Austin.
Yeah, straight to Austin.
Been in Austin for 12 years.
Been in Austin for 12 years, man. And I love this city so much, man. It's so point when I go to different cities and I'm like, damn, this place doesn't even look so good, man. I like, I just want to be back home,
What are some cities like that you've been to?
I've been to Phoenix. I've been somewhere like Clemson, South Carolina. Okay. Right there. I've been there. I haven't been to a lot. I really haven't traveled much, but every time I like get out the city and I look at different places, I'm just like, this is not it, Like being in Austin is amazing. Like in summertime, there's so many options to do.
Yeah.
You go to Barn Spring, you go to Zucker Park, and there's just so many options. There's like, well, F Corona, like we can't do much anymore. But before Corona, like I used to go to Blues and Green. I don't think you ever attended.
Yeah, I went once.
Yeah, and like I don't really listen to blues, but at the same time, I just like the environment that's there. Like so many people, and I met so many people there, and we became long friends. And like it's just crazy, like how Austin is connected. Like everybody's super friendly. I don't know if you've noticed this. Like everybody's really friendly. It's like I feel like I belong in the city. I belong in the city, and I'm here for a purpose. And I think I'm starting to see it little by little by growing up here, man. So I don't know. I like the city a lot, but it wouldn't hurt to travel and see other cities.
Yeah.
And I've been here for 12 years now. Yeah.
And so what was it like? You said you're from Tanzania.
Yeah.
What was your life like before you were in Austin?
Yeah, so like when I was in Congo, and I moved out to Tanzania when I was around 8. And we moved there in a refugee camp where like a lot of people come, and you gotta there's a process where they're trying to, like, you tell the story, the reason why you want to come to the United States, just like anywhere else, they gotta know why you want to go to the United States, and you tell your story, and then the process is very long. And there's people, when I moved to Tanzania, there's people that have been there like 1997. Wow. And never got a chance to like come to the United States, because just like the process is very long. So you gotta have you gotta be lucky. I feel like it's luck. You just gotta be lucky to be able for your process to go faster.
So wait, you went from the Congo You were born in the Congo.
I moved to Tanzania at 8.
And you moved to Tanzania. What was the Congo like? Because isn't that where that jungle is? That's like the craziest fucking jungle in the world.
Well, I never been to the jungle part, like.
But that is where it is, right?
Yeah, but I live in the city. I live in Goma.
Goma?
Yeah, it's like a city in Congo. That's why I grew up. But yeah, I never been to the jungle.
I mean, I don't think it's like a jungle that people visit. I think it's like very wild and
where like all the
dangerous. Yeah, and like
it's there.
Different species that we don't even know exist.
I forgot the name of it, but yeah, it's there, and people go visit sometime, and I'm sure people see online on YouTube all the time whenever they stick documentary about Congo.
Yeah,
and I mean the crazy part is that like Congo has its good place and a bad place. Crazy thing is that like when we see like on TV, it's like they always show the bad part of it. It's like it's always gotta look bad. I don't know why.
So what were the good and the bad parts in your experience?
I mean, I feel like there's still war in Congo. Like it's bad. Like there's like it's still bad. Like the like the wars that you see on TV that happens for sure. But at the same time, you still get to live your life. Like I used to go to like my grandma's house most of the time and just kick with my cousin, kick with friends, and just be able to live. I went to school there too. Like I used to go to school, walk to school freely. Like, there was like nobody never stopped me like while I was going to school. And I mean, it's like you live like just a regular life, you know. It's just a regular life that you live there in Congo. But at the same time, it's more dangerous than here though. Compared to here than there, it's very dangerous, bro. It's very dangerous. Like one thing that I experienced that was dangerous that like in Congo, whenever it rains, that's when a lot of robberies start. Like
when it rains,
whenever it rains, because it's so loud, you can't hear. You're sleeping, you know.
Oh, it's like a heavy rain.
Yeah, like it's a heavy rains, and like you can hear like when people like trying to break in the house and stuff like that. And crazy thing is that like in Congo, that's from my experience. I don't know about anybody else that might be watching this, but from my experience where I was staying at, whenever the robberies start, you know how you guys call 911 here? You can call 911 in Congo when you're getting robbed and nobody will come for your life.
But there is a number.
There's a number, but like they will not come just because they worry about their life too. You know, they ain't trying to. They're trying to. Because those people, the people that rob, they don't care who come because they gonna shoot. So it's very. That's the dangerous thing I've experienced. Like whenever people are trying to get, because in my the place I was staying, whenever people was robbing, it's like when you call for help, it's like there's no help. It's crazy, bro.
So you were robbed once?
Not me, like, but our neighbor was robbed.
Your neighbor was robbed?
Yeah, because we hear people yelling like, "Oh, like help!" And my dad's like trying to call the police, trying to come help out, but it's like nobody online, you know, nobody's picking up because everybody fear for their life, you know.
So, is it kind of like Mexico in the sense that even the police, you're not really like sure they're gonna be that much help?
Yeah, it's just like that. Like you're not sure who's gonna come for you, so you gotta be prepared and save yourself, you know. And that's one of the main reasons why we left there too. It's like my dad felt like it wasn't safe for us to grow up there, you know, and to be able to like really start prepare to start a career with our lives. And that's when they were like, I mean, if he was safer in Congo, my dad would have kept us there and like they really like let us go like to college and just like start a career for ourselves, me and my siblings. But at the same time, you saw that like the stuff that was going on there is like it wasn't safe for us to grow up there, you know. And I feel bad for people that never got a chance to be able to live the life that I live, because I wish everybody can get a chance to come to the United States and see like the mad experience, the mad opportunity that's out here, and they'll definitely appreciate the opportunities that are here. You know, if somebody told me make a wish, one wish I'll make is that everybody from Congo to be safe, or if there's no safety in Congo, to be able to come live life here in America and be able to live the life I've lived, because I appreciate the life I live here. Even though like mad things be happening here, like crazy stuff be happening, I appreciate the opportunity that I've had, because I'll be able to go to college, be able to get a job. I can quit a job today and be able to apply for another one, and I'll definitely get it if I just push myself. So Yeah, man.
Do you ever feel like, having had the experience of the Congo or Tanzania, it sort of makes everything that's going on here that you might think is bad just seem a little bit less bad? Like,
yeah,
because I grew up in Mexico and people always say like, oh, the US is getting really bad.
Mm-mm.
And I'm like,
compared to what I've seen though.
Exactly.
Compared to what I've seen, nah, this is not bad at all. I mean, it's bad, but when we compare to where I'm from, nah, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. But I wish peace all over the world, man. I wish there were peace all over the world, and I wish just like everybody can live life, can go out there outside and just play and not worrying about like who can come and take away their children, who can come and take away their money. That's one thing I always wish for is like peace, bro. I just need peace in this whole entire world, not just in America, not just in Congo, the whole entire world, just peace, man.
So I want to go back to, you're in the Congo and then you move to Tanzania with the goal that there you would be able to move to the US easier.
Yeah.
Because you can't go from the Congo straight to the US.
I mean, you can if you have, I feel like if you have money, and I mean, it's all about connection in life, man. So I feel like if you have connection, you have money, you can go from Congo to the United States. Because I know a lot of people that came straight from Congo to the United States, but have money.
Yeah.
You gotta go to the refugee camp part, and it's a long process, man. It's a long process, and there's people that my family met there, and they're still there to today. They're still there trying to find their way to come to the United States. And this Corona thing here now, so it's slowing the process down even more. So it's crazy, but we was blessed to be able to get a chance to come here. And every time I wake up, I feel like there's a reason why I'll be always be able to come here, because there's people that been in the refugee camp for a long time and not make it, but I got a chance to come here. And I was in Tanzania for a short amount of time. I feel like there's a reason for me to be here.
Wait, how did you get to the refugee camp?
By boat.
From Tanzania to the US?
Yeah, different type of boats. Like we took at least 3 boats.
So you were in a refugee camp in the US?
No. I was in a refugee camp in Tanzania.
So when you went from Congo to Tanzania,
that's where the refugee camp is.
So you went from living like a normal life in the Congo to living in a refugee camp in Tanzania. Where
they give you amount of food, this small amount of food, and you don't get to say how much you want.
But so why didn't this is a very ignorant question, but why didn't you move to like why didn't you have the same life in Tanzania that you had in the Congo?
Because in Congo is like the Congo life that I had is like life here, but it's more dangerous though,
Yeah.
And that's what my dad feared for us. Like, yes, we can live life in Congo because we had everything. My mom had a great job. My dad had a great job. They can provide for us. But at the same time, it wasn't safe. Like I said, like people was robbing you like at nighttime whenever it's raining hard, and people die every single day. But my dad didn't think it was safe enough for us to grow up there in that type of environment. So he moved us in Tanzania, where the refugee camp at. Even though it was gonna be more struggle, but at the same time we saved there and actually have a plan to trying to go somewhere else. Then that was coming to America,
But my question is, why can't you move to Tanzania and not live in a refugee camp?
I mean,
I just don't know.
I mean, you can. But it's like
it's just more money.
You need more money because that's somebody else's country. You come in somebody else's country, you need more money. It's like somebody come to Mexico to straight here. You're gonna need money to be able to start living in a nice home and be able to do other things. And then school there is way more expensive than Congo, and everything is way more expensive. So we could have, but my dad had a way better plan. He didn't want to live in Tanzania. He didn't want to live there. He wanted to come to America because there's way more opportunities here too.
And so the refugee camp in Tanzania is specifically for people from the Congo?
Not really. These people come from a lot of different places.
Just to find shelter there?
Yeah, shelter there.
Because it's safer in Tanzania?
Yes, and trying to find a way to come to the United States. I mean, you can move to Tanzania if you want to move to, but it costs you a lot of money too. Because you're going to have to start from the scratch. And you left the whole other home in Congo.
Yeah.
You live there over there, and now you come up here, start from scratch.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work. So Yeah.
And I remember you mentioned a story about when you left, I think, Congo, something about your dad's apartments. Do you remember that?
No, I don't remember that.
It like got blown up or something like that.
Yeah, it was like some crazy stuff happened there, but I mean, it's
that was
crazy.
After you left.
After I left, and people would probably things like, oh, we're still there. And when you move out, like in a whole, like in Africa in general, like when you make bigger moves, or you're trying to go to the next level, because people hate. There's a lot of hate in Africa. It's crazy, especially where I'm from. People hate when you like elevate. You're trying to level up, and they're gonna do whatever they can to stop you to level up. So
just because.
Yeah, just because.
It doesn't matter who you are.
No, it doesn't matter who you are. So you gotta move. You gotta move in silence all the time. You gotta move in silence because you don't know who's. When you start talking too much, you start telling your plan everything. You don't know who can be watching. And that's something. And from Congo, I like the whole experience come from Congo, go to the refugee camp. I feel like it's what has made me become a better. I don't like to say it, but like a better man, somebody that understands life a little bit more than people my age understand.
Yeah.
So it's like whenever I see certain things, I'm like, that's not good. That won't turn out right. Because I've experienced that. So I'm like, nah, I won't do that. I won't touch that. I'll leave that where it's at, and I'm gonna make this move. So I feel like I've matured so much from just the life that I lived from Congo to refugee camp and then come to America, because a lot of things that I've seen, I see now here in America doesn't surprise me, because I'm like, I've seen it all through all my life. You feel me? So it's like, nah, it's not for me. And I'm here for one reason. One reason is to just get my family in a comfortable position, and for myself and for my future kids, and be able to make sure that they're safe for life, And that's why I don't stop grinding, because there's I would tell myself that there's a reason why I'm here, and I believe it's like to take care of my family, and that's what I'm gonna do. That's what I want to do.
Do you think that having that kind of underlying goal helps you to keep going and to find motivation, whereas as some people who just like grew up here their whole lives and went to school and then graduated, they're just like, all right, I don't know what to do with my life. You have this, like, you have a very deep purpose.
I have a very deep purpose, because I know where I come from. And I mean, yeah, because I know where I come from. I got a purpose, and I feel bad for the people that feel like they don't have a purpose in life. But at the same time, you don't always have to have a purpose in life. You don't have to go through so much like what I went through to be able to have a purpose. I feel like sometimes you can look at the condition that you're living in and say, "This is not what I want." For anybody that's watching, it's like, look where you are, and if you wanna go up, if you wanna be a certain level, like you want to be rich, you want to be a millionaire, you want to be a billionaire. Like what was speaking on being poor is a choice. Look, you gotta look at your surrounding. Like, this is not what I want. This is not what my mom is not happy. My siblings are not well-being. So how can I move them out? So every time you go to work every single day, like you're doing for somebody, trying to think of doing for somebody and not just yourself. And because anybody can be watching this and say, well, Redie, I didn't go through what you went through. That's why probably I'm not where I'm at in life right now. Nah, you gotta look at like what's around me. Like, am I happy where I'm at? And if you're happy, that's good. But if you're not happy where you at, and you see your family are not where you want them to be at, then push yourself, go to work, trying to do more things, and the things that are gonna help you elevate and do better in life. So yeah, man. Like you said, that's I think the way I live my life and the things I went through is what pushed me every single day. I wake up and go harder every single day.
Yeah.
And like this year, I told myself like I want to do more. I mean, I'm 22 now, and I want to hop on, start doing podcasts. And I feel like some people, I don't know who it is, but I feel like somebody will appreciate listening to my story to be able to motivate them to keep going harder and harder every single day. And just for myself, I just want to do more. I want to do podcasts. I want to probably do clothing one day, be able to just get my degree, be able to start working for a corporate, maybe just become an entrepreneur after that. You know, I just want to do a lot of things. I want to stay busy at my young age. So when I get older, man, I can be able to relax and say I work my ass off.
Yeah.
You know,
well, that's what I was going to say, is that people who can listen to your story, to me, it's more about like, that will help them if they went through something similar to what you went through, to not make up an excuse.
Yeah.
And to just realize like, it doesn't, I mean, yes, it's harder, but it doesn't matter what your story is.
Mhm.
There is always a way out. I mean, I'm sure there's exceptions, right? Like if you're in North Korea, like it's very difficult.
Mhm.
Still some people that get out, but I think that's why I'm excited to listen to your podcast, because I don't think that, I don't think that people think about those kinds of things as much.
Yeah.
Like beyond what happened to you, just how you approach life and how you feel. People your age don't talk about that kind of stuff. People our age don't talk about that as much.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't matter if somebody listening didn't go through something as extreme as what you went through. They might say like, oh, well, but my life isn't that interesting to people. And it's like, that's not true.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody is interested in whatever you're going through, because not everybody goes through something as extreme as living in a refugee camp, or me prostituting myself. Like, not everybody goes through those kinds of things. But even if you're just fucking like, if you grew up in Dallas and like you had a normal life, you still had problems. And there's people growing up in Dallas with normal lives
Mm-hmm.
who need to listen to that too. So I think it's really cool that you're wanting to share your story more.
Yeah. And you motivate me a lot, because I watch a lot of your stuff. You might not know this, but I watch a lot of your stuff, and like, and there's something that's like, because I read your book too, the first one you wrote. I forgot the name of it, but I have it in my phone.
The short stories.
Yeah, and it was amazing, like what you went through, and I wish you can like speak on it more, like on your podcast, because I feel like people would like to listen, like what you went through when you was in Mexico.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, man, I feel like podcast is a way of like helping somebody that might be listening, or like it's a place where you can express, because most of the time, sometimes I talk to myself a lot, and I'm like, damn, I'm talking to myself a lot about this thing. I'm talking to myself. Somebody, this can be useful to somebody, you know, and it's crazy, man. So I love that this platform was created, a podcast platform. It was created because it's a way I can just sit here and just have a nice chat with somebody, and I just have a chat, and then everything vanish, like go away.
Right.
And then the whole thing I had, the conversation I had, I didn't even record it, you know. I'd rather just talk, just have a good conversation while I'm recording, and then just share that to the world. Whoever it touch, and if you don't touch anybody, at least you publish that, and you actually show who you really are. You feel me?
Yeah.
It's like I was always on Instagram, and like I post pictures all the time and just everything, but like at the same time, you might have the audience, but the audience don't know who you really are. Yes, you posting nice pictures and you showing off. You look great, but at the same time, sometimes your audience want to know who you really are, and that's what we're gonna appreciate them every time they see you post a picture. Like, damn, this dude got a story behind. Like he got a story. Like this dude is very like powerful, and I really appreciate who he is.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what it is, man. That's why I really enjoy doing podcasts, and I just hope I just grow through and like be able to just start publishing my stuff on YouTube and just different platforms. But
the other
I'm
thing
gonna need
too,
a lot of your help, though.
Yeah, man. I'm happy to help.
Yes, sir.
The other thing too that I find, because a lot of people that I talk to about creating and art or whatever, they say, well, how am I going to make money? It's always so focused on money, right? And one of the things that I value most out of the podcast is that whether or not people are watching, this interaction probably would not have happened if this podcast didn't exist.
Mm-hmm.
because I haven't seen you in a while.
Wow.
And there have been people like that, friends from Mexico, friends that have moved away from Austin, that now there's a reason for us to talk to each other. And it sounds kind of bad, right? That we need a reason to talk to each other, but it's just happens, right? Sometimes you distance from each other, or you got other shit going. And then to be like, hey, let's just come on the podcast. And then it just forces you to sit down with this person that you haven't talked to in a while and have a conversation that generally tends to go deeper than if you were just getting a beer in a public setting where people are listening to you and you're just like fucking, I'm a refugee, like you fucking you paranoid. Yeah.
I mean, and at the same time, people gonna still be listening to this, but at the same time, like we just having general conversation and we actually get to listen to each other, learn from each other, and help each other grow. So even when you spoke on that money part, I feel like that's what messed up a lot of people podcasts. Like when they don't see like the growth of like money wise, like it's like, nah, that's not where I want to be. But like me, honestly, I really want to do this podcast just for the love of it. I don't care about the money part. You feel me? I feel like it can help me grow in different ways, not just like through podcasts I can make money, but it can help me like go different places and it can make me money, not just through here. I do this because I really want to do this. I want to talk to the people that are going to listen to this and just be able to express myself to whoever I'm speaking to and show them my point of view of things or whatever topic that we're speaking on and trying to see where they come from and just help each other grow, you know?
Yeah.
You might be thinking like, oh, elephant's supposed to work this way, it's supposed to live this kind of life. And then you tell me this how the elephant's supposed to be walking, this how it's supposed to be living life, because you probably have experience and I didn't have experience. And I just watch Netflix and you actually live with elephants, you know?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I just like this type of talk, like just see everybody's point of view and just see how we can help each other grow, man.
And you really don't know like what opportunities it could open, because like 2 weeks ago, a company that I really admire here in Austin that I've been following for a while, they opened up a position for a podcast manager. And I applied to it, but I was only able to apply to it because I've done this podcast, because one of their requirements was that you worked on at least 50 episodes.
You got more than 50.
Yeah. But that's the thing, is like, I would never, if I was just starting my podcast today, that isn't something that I could even be aware of being a possibility. Like, oh, maybe a job opening 2 years from now is going to require this number of episodes. It's like, there's so many things that you can't even imagine could come from doing a podcast.
Yes.
So yeah, no, I really like that you said that.
Yeah, man. So it's a lot of opportunity that can open up for you, you know. Even, I mean, there's a lot of things I want to do, and I feel like this might be the beginning of, because like sometimes I want to be able to write a book. One day I want to write a book.
Yeah, I remember you said that too.
At the same time, I need to be able to have the confidentiality that like push me to go harder, because if I have this responsibility of like doing a podcast and talk on the mic every single time I get the chance, I feel like whenever I jump to the next thing, I might have the courage to keep going, pushing, because I've helped myself to do something like this, you know. So I think doing this thing can help me grow in many ways, you know. So,
yeah.
Also my public speaking, like this is something I wasn't good at, and I've told myself, like, if I do podcast, maybe it can help me be good at public speaking, especially like when I hop on Zoom and I speak to different people, or I hop on like Instagram Live and there's like more like than 20, 40 people watching. So you gotta speak to people, you know. So you gotta have that confidence to speak to people, and I feel like this thing gonna help me really grow and be able to know really how to talk to people properly, you know.
I mean, I remember seeing you now versus when you started at Blenders and Bowls. You've grown like a lot as far as the public speaking part. And yeah, like, so you're already on track even before the podcast. And I think a lot of that is probably because of Blenders and Bowls, like working in a service job and having to interact with a bunch of strangers every single day. Because I wasn't good at public speaking. I'm not great, but I was worse when I was younger than you, and even when I was your age. And that's why I decided to get those jobs, is because it forces you to have to say, hey, how's your day going?
How can I help you?
Yeah. And also, and do it in a kind of positive way, right? You're not going to be like, hey, well, how's it going? Like
you're gonna lose your customers.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, definitely. So I mean, I'm glad I met you, because I probably wouldn't be doing this if I never met you. You know, I probably wouldn't have the courage to really push myself to do this, because I see a friend of mine is doing this. I'm like, it's possible.
Yeah,
it's possible that it can be done. So that's how I push myself. And like, I mean, I was gonna bring my other friend here on this thing on this podcast today, but he couldn't make it because he got other things to do. But when I reached out to him, he was like, let's go, let's do it. And that's the type of person I was looking for, somebody that just tell me, let's do it. And I really appreciate a lot the friend of mine that's doing my podcast with me, the podcast of us, for our podcast. And he pushed me, he just encouraged me to push me every single day and tell me like, hey man, let's make another one, let's make another one. And I told him like before that, so man, we don't have no mic, we don't have nothing, we don't have no camera, nothing. He said, man, let's hop on Instagram Live and just talk to the people. And I did just that, and it was a good turnout. But then at the same time, we're trying to learn. And then after that, we hop on Zoom. We did a Zoom one, and then hopefully next time we get all our equipment and be able to do something incredible.
Yeah.
And be able to just learn from there and keep moving on from there on.
I love that, man. I would say that's the thing that I've learned the most, is just start, and then you'll figure it out when you start.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of people want to know exactly what's the plan, what's the path, what does that look like?
Mm-hmm.
And you can't know until you start, because if you start doing it, like when I started doing this, I can't just plug in 2 microphones to my computer and now all of a sudden I'm recording.
Mm-hmm.
So I could buy the microphones and then say, oh, now I'm ready. But then I plug them in and it's like, oh, well, now I have to download a software to connect the microphone so that it records one single microphone on my computer through, and just all these other things that are going to come up naturally.
Yeah.
And so I think it's great that you started the like Instagram Live and then Zoom, and then you can get a camera later. Like you don't have to it doesn't have to be perfect right away.
You gotta start. Start. That's the key. You gotta start, and then everything's gonna flow on from there on, and everything's just gonna turn out just all right. Just if that's what you really want to do, it's gonna turn out just all right.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, man.
So I want to go back to, we didn't really finish you got to Tanzania at the refugee camps, because that's what you wanted to mostly come on here, right? To talk about is like your journey.
Mm-hmm.
And the refugee camps, that was probably, would you say that was like the hardest part?
Yeah, it was hard. It was hard, but have you ever heard the term like your hardest moments sometimes might be the best memories of your life? Because sometimes like when I look back to like those hardest moments, like damn, I actually kind of enjoyed that kind of life. Like that life was amazing, even though it was hard.
Because it was simple?
It wasn't simple life, but well, I can say that too. Because like right here, like in America, I don't get to do much things that I used to do back home, you know. And it's like, damn, life was actually good back then.
Yeah.
Then here. I mean, here it's good too, but at the same time, I miss that. I miss those things. But,
what parts of it do you miss?
Being the freedom of just doing anything you want to do, you know.
In a refugee camp?
In a refugee camp.
What do you mean?
So it's like in a refugee camp, it's like you can stay outside as late as you want, as long as you have the moon out. The moon come out, you play out around with your friends and do whatever you want. You can literally get out the house and start planting corns outside, planting vegetable outside, and do whatever. Like it's your space. You can do like in the refugee, you can do whatever you want to do there. You know, whatever you want to do there, but just don't forget your main goal is to get out of there and go to America. You know, so you could do anything there, and like. They used to provide us like food, small amount of food, and come like every I think it's every two weeks or every other week, and it's small, but you gotta know how to adjust that, like to be able to know that to know how to save and know how to not eat too much. Sometimes you got it's like meal prep. You gotta make sure you know the amount of food that you're gonna eat, so you can be able to still have food by the time again they're gonna serve you. So I mean, I feel like there's so much freedom in the refugee camp, even in Congo too, and this me being in Africa is like I had so much freedom, and I really miss that because most of the time like I would go like into the forest like where all my friends would go and just like pick out fruits that just grow naturally in the forest and just like pick out fruits and just go swim at the lake sometime and just hang out with friends there and just like being in nature, man. It was amazing. But at the same time, my parents like people was like crying like this is a struggle. But same when you get here, like damn, life was actually freaking good. You know, life was amazing. You know.
Do you think that there's a part of you that I don't know if if romanticize is the right word, but like when I look back at some of the stuff that I've written about that I can now say was like a very dark place in my life. At the same time, because it was so stimulating, even though it was hurting me and hurting other people, it was stimulating me so much that now that I'm living a little bit more of a like easygoing life, I have a tendency to look back and be like, oh, that was so exciting.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, but it was shitty exciting.
Yeah. But it was simple though. It wasn't like you gotta pay rent like when I was in refugee camp we didn't have to pay rent. We didn't have to go to work. You just sit there and just waiting to your documents about this processing and trying to get you to where you want to get. You didn't work. They serve you food. By the same time, you gotta be able to know how to just like to be able to have enough food before you get served again. So it was like when you get here, it's like you being controlled. It's not even being controlled. You must do certain things to be able to survive here. You have to go to work to survive here. You must bring money every time to the house to be able to take care of your kids, be able to take care of your wife, and you must have a car if you want transportation to get to your job and wherever else you want to get to. So it's a lot of needs in America. It's like there's a lot of things that you must have to be able to live life. It's not just you come in like, oh, there's everything here for you,
right?
And you can just here you go, you have it, and that's like a lot of people from like my country especially come to this country and just think that like everything is just easy and like you come here you just get they just give you everything. Nah, you gotta earn those stuff. You gotta earn the stuff. You don't just come in, they say you can this your car, this your Lamborghini, this is for you. No. you gotta earn that stuff. You gotta work hard. But something that I realized like when you don't know the nice thing, when you have experienced nice thing, you don't understand how beautiful your life is. You understand? So it's like if I'm living here right now, I don't have a Lamborghini. Like if I was chasing for a Lamborghini, I want it so bad. I want to live on Beverly Hill and everything. I would understand how beautiful life is right now because there's no camera in my face every single day. There's no too much attention into my life right now because I'm just like to celebrities. I'm a nobody, you know.
Right.
And I'm really happy where I'm at right now. I like where I'm at. But at the same time, once you get to that level of there, you're gonna realize like, damn, my life was actually good before like the whole fan thing, like be able to the whole being a celebrity thing is, you feel me? So it's like,
do you want to be a celebrity?
But for say if I wanted to be a celebrity, you know, if that was my goal.
But that's not what you want.
If it happens, you can sometimes you can just say that's not what you want. You know, you can be on podcast right now, become one of the best podcaster in the world. And then now this camera every time, if you really wanted to,
I see.
You know, if you really
but I'm not chasing.
You're not chasing
celebrity.
Yeah, you're not chasing celebrity. You know.
You're not. That's what I'm asking. Is do you want to be like pictures in your face and
in my life? I don't want to be rich. I don't want to be in a place to be celebrity. I don't want to be a celebrity.
Yeah.
Nah, because I just hate the attention. I feel like most celebrities sometimes they need the space, but they can't even get there. Even you can't even go to the beach without cameras in your face.
Yeah.
And not being published on TMZ all day. You feel me? You can't do anything when you're up there. But like, I feel like people should appreciate when they're at the bottom, when they're being called a nobody. You know, appreciate that because whenever you change for something large, this one time you're gonna wish that you can be able to just like live a normal life and not being always calling to interview, always being
Yeah.
being taken picture of, a video of, and being posted everywhere in the world, and everybody know everything about your business. You know, sometimes you just gotta appreciate what you have. You know, and a lot of people don't. A lot of people don't appreciate that. They're like, nah, bro, I want to get there. And then you get there, and you like, damn, it's hard up here. Like, I'm lonely. Like, I need to go back to where I'm at. You know, so nah, that's why I say I miss the life that I had in Africa. It was amazing. It was amazing. But I also appreciate the life that I have here because I'm still happy. I feel good being here. I know.
Yeah.
It's home is always gonna be home, you know. So
I know what you mean though. Maybe not from experience, but I listened to this artist named David Cho, who was on Joe Rogan, and he's like a millionaire, and he traveled somewhere in Africa where there's like a tribe that still lives as like a hunting and gathering tribe,
like way back.
Yeah, like and he just said that like the kids can run barefoot in like the desert at 100 degrees, and their feet are like so callous, they don't feel anything, and they're jumping higher, and they're running as fast as like almost as fast as like dogs or like cheetahs or I don't know, and they're hunting with their bare hands. And he went and spent time with them, and obviously because he's so used to life in the US, he was like getting sick, and he had his little Cliff Bars that he was eating. But he just described that experience in the kind of how you're describing, like being in the refugee camp where you're just spending time with people like all day long. And that's the point of your existence, is to just spend time with these people and go find food and then eat the food with those people and laugh and go play and go swim and
then just call it a day. Like,
and then just call it a day, yeah. You know?
But something like, I mean, sometimes I used to tell myself like, I want, like when I was at the bottom too, like I say, like sometimes I was like, man, I wish I had like a TV in my house.
Yeah.
I can watch the World Cup in my house.
Oh yeah.
You know, so sometimes I wish for those things, but at the same time, when they come, you're like, damn, I didn't appreciate the life that I had before. I should appreciate every moment that I got to live in this world. But then I didn't really appreciate it. I mean, those things like I said, we used to go like to the lake and kick it with everybody. At the same time, I still wanted more. I feel like I always wanted more. But something that I regret, that I didn't appreciate every moment that I got to live that life. And I've learned and I appreciate life every single day. Even like right now, I'm a nobody. I don't have $1 billion. I don't have $1 trillion. I appreciate that. I appreciate that because in life, there's different phases. There's a point where I can be able to I can become a trillionaire. I can become a billionaire. I can become a billionaire. I can become a trillionaire. And I can be bored as hell. You feel me? Like there's nobody around. Like I'm just be there alone with all this money. It's like, damn. It's like it's crazy, bro. It's crazy. So to anybody that's there, just like appreciate every moment in your life. Appreciate every single thing that happened in your life, whether it's good or bad. Just appreciate that it happens, because further in life you're gonna say that, damn, I learned that's something that helped me to be able to be who I am, whether if it was bad or good, you know. So yeah, man.
Yeah, I think, I don't know if it's a saying or like a quote or something, but desire is one of the roots of unhappiness. Like if what you have right now isn't enough, that doesn't mean you can't shoot for more. But if you're hoping that will make you happy,
you're wrong.
Then yeah,
you're wrong. No. So yeah, man, that was a life in the refugee camp. And yeah, we came here. America was way different than I thought, man. It was way different. Like I never thought I would see homeless people. I've never thought like I could ever get dirty. Crazy, man.
What was the experience of traveling from Tanzania to the US like on those boats?
From where?
On the boats.
From where to where?
Tanzania to the US.
No, we didn't drive in boats. We flew here. But from Congo to Tanzania.
Congo to Tanzania, there was boats.
Yeah, it wasn't horrible. It was decent. You can't complain. It was decent. From Congo to Tanzania, it was decent. So yeah, it took us like three days to get here in America. So yeah, I mean, it's great. The traveling part wasn't a big problem. Yeah.
What about from Congo to Tanzania?
It wasn't bad.
It was just decent. Like a boat ride.
It was decent. Yeah, it wasn't too bad.
It was how long was the boat ride?
The whole thing. I mean, I was young, so I can barely remember certain things. So I believe it probably took us 2 days to get to Tanzania. So yeah.
2 days on a boat.
Yes, I mean we took breaks. Sometimes we sleep on some place we might stop and get a hotel and just stay there for a night.
Okay.
And then get back in the next boat the next morning and take off. So yeah, it was quite a journey, man. So it's like images be coming when I speak about these things. Like I look at them like, damn, that was amazing.
What can you describe the images?
Not really.
No.
I mean, I can picture them like in my head, but like I don't know how to describe them. So yeah, it was a great journey. I appreciate that journey because what got me here. Now I can be able to talk to Nico about it now and be able to share my story.
Do you remember how you felt in those? I know you were really young, but do you remember the feeling that you had when you were like leaving Congo? And
I was sad. I was sad because I had friends. I had mad friends in school, and I didn't get to them goodbye. Just because I told you, like, we'll be able to move on, like in life from Congo, you have to be moving in silence because somebody that might be listening to the success that you might have in the future might just want to end your life from there because there's just so many hates, you know. There's a lot of people that just not happy we choose succeeding or be able to move on in life, move up in life. So, yeah, so I didn't get to tell all my friends, my childhood friends, goodbye when I left Congo. We just click off. So I was sad. I cried a lot because I thought it was a one-way trip and we coming back. I didn't know it was a really we going to Refugee Camp for forever.
Wow.
Because I didn't know that whole plan because I was young and I came to realize that was it. I wasn't going back to Congo, you know, and hopefully one day I get to go back, but I don't know if I'm ever gonna see my friends, you know, because I didn't have contact with them. There was no phone when I left, so there was no social media that I can like say, hey, give me your Facebook, give me your Instagram, we gonna chat. No, it wasn't even that, and I barely get to like some of my friends that I barely remember some of my friends from Tanzania, man, from the refugee camp. I barely get to remember them. Some of my friends that I remember them, they be showing me some of the friends we used to kick it with, and I'm like, I don't remember this guy. I don't remember this person just because it's been so long and I've been in America for so long and I'm just like, damn, I wish I could remember them, but like at the same time, I don't remember. And sometimes when I see pictures and they're like, that's your friend from childhood, I'm like, I don't remember them. They're like, we went to the same school. I'm like, no, man, I don't remember you, man. But yeah, man, so I didn't get to say goodbyes. I didn't do my goodbyes. And it was sad, man, that whole trip. It was sad for me, honestly, because I just wish I could be with my childhood friends even now, man. Just kick it with them, just speak on like how things was when we was young, you know.
How were your parents with you when you were sad and when you were
I mean, they was there for me. They was like, everything's gonna be all right, you know. You know, parents gotta be there too. Sometimes they gotta lie to you, like, you're gonna see them again. But when you're young, you think, yeah, you're gonna see them again. But when you start growing up, you start getting older, you're like, nah. I'm never gonna see them again. That was it. That was just that, you know. But I appreciate everybody that I ever made in my life because I feel like everybody that come in your life, they come for a reason. Whether it's good or bad, it's still gonna be a memory. Like that you keep, you like say, damn, I'm glad I met them because I had a great time with them, or I had a bad experience with them. But at the same time, I'm glad I met them. You know?
I learned a lot.
Yeah. So. Yeah, man, that whole trip was crazy, but I'm here. One day I want to go back though. I want to go back and visit my people back home. I mean, I still got like my grandparents there. Still got my cousins there. So,
would you be afraid if you went back that, like you said, now that you have made it, that people there would be upset about that? Not your people, but like other people there.
Yeah, I mean, I think so. But at the same time, I don't think you can be a cocky person. That's like my dad, because my dad went back like a few years ago. And he told me, like, when you go back there, man, just be yourself. Don't be a person that think that you're better than everybody else, Remain humble. Be you. Be there for a reason. The reason why you go there to see your family member and you see your cousins, that's all you went there for. You didn't go there to show off and say, I got millions of dollars in my bank account in America. Like, I'm a trillionaire in America. Nah. So, I mean, you go there, just do what you have to do, handle your business, and come back. I mean, I've seen a lot of families here that I know. They go back and they come back home. They come back safely. They're still good. So I've never heard anybody that went back and got killed.
No. I don't. I think it's just an irrational fear, but it's a fear that even I have sometimes of going back to Mexico, because my dad, he's got a bar, and like it's just like some blurry gray area stuff where I don't know how involved he is with how many illegal shit. And so I'm always slightly paranoid that when I go back, or that if I get too successful, that someone's gonna like find me to extort my dad, or that I won't be able to come back to the US because I'll get like, it's not an actual fear, it's just a very small
But at the same time, if you
thought.
became too successful, you wouldn't want to put your dad in a better position so he don't.
Well, he wouldn't let me, but yeah, I would want to, but I'm trying to right now for fucking his health, and he doesn't listen.
Yeah. So I mean, you say if I ever go back, would I have that fear? I don't think so. I feel
like because it was so hard for you to leave, is there like almost like an unconscious fear that if you go back to this place that was so hard to leave, it might be hard to leave again? Or no, none at all?
No, I don't think it'd be hard to leave because I feel like I got responsibility here. My bills are waiting for me here, so I gotta come back and work.
No, not like you would want to stay, but like something could happen to where you're not allowed to leave.
Yeah, anything can happen. Like, if I was there during like the Ebola time or during this Corona time, it'd probably be hard to come back because like things are shut down. So sometimes I fear that like anything can happen, and you're gonna see back in the Congo for a minute. So those fears are always there. I fear that like I just hope nothing happen when I go back. Hope everything just goes well, and be able to come back and say that I had a great experience in Congo, man. So like you said, I always have a fear that like anything can happen and make me stay there, even though I don't want to be there forever, So, yeah, man.
So when you got to Austin, what was that like?
Oh, it was different, man. Like,
it was you and your parents?
Yeah, everybody.
And how many siblings?
I got 7 siblings.
7 siblings. So 10 of you total?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
And was there like a bunch of other people too that were coming from Tanzania?
Like different families, yeah. It was like different families, and everybody like split. Some people they moved to Dallas, some people go to Houston, and there was like 3 families that came to Austin. So I mean, it was good because now like you come here, you don't feel alone because you got like other families that can with you. Sometimes they can come visit you, y'all talk, and you're the only one that can speak the actual language besides English. We didn't know English, so it was like I was grateful. Like there was other families that can speak like Swahili, the language I speak.
You speak Swahili?
Yeah. So, yeah.
What does Swahili sound like?
Habari gani?
What'd you say?
How you doing?
How you doing?
Yeah. Hakuna Matata. I think that's what you know from Lion King.
I didn't know that was Swahili, but yeah.
Yeah, that's Swahili, man. So it was different. Like even going to school here, like I started like in 5th grade. So it's like it was different. Like the dressing, like I remember I had like a pink jacket.
What?
I had a big pink jacket on.
A pink jacket.
Pink jacket on, and I think I had some sneakers that were pink. I think it was a girl shoe. So I didn't worry because back home there's no too much judging. Like people don't judge for what you got. and I think I had some nice pink shoes. I think they were sprinkling too at the bottom. So man, when I went to class, when I was a fifth grader, everybody was just laughing like, man, he got a girly clothes on. Man, what the hell is that? And I was so confused. I'm like, it's just clothes, it's just clothes, and it was so confusing. But yeah, it was a different experience than what I thought. And I didn't know, like I told you, like I didn't know there was like homeless people exist. Like I didn't know people sleep on the streets.
That doesn't exist in Tanzania or Congo.
I mean, whenever they show you America, they don't show you that part. And that's when I tell you, when they show the part of Congo, they don't show you the good part. Just because they're trying to drag you in, tell you to come to the United States because it's the best place. There's nothing bad here. And when they show Congo, it show you fear. It show you like you don't want to go there. It's scary to be there, And there's actually good part in Congo where you can like literally vacate there and just really relax and have a great time, and don't worry about any robbery.
Yeah.
There's a place like that, but it costs money to be there too. So yeah. When I come here, I was like, damn, I didn't know there was people sleep outside, and they were like, yeah, because they don't have houses, they can't afford that, then they just this where they at. I was like, damn, America is way different than what they told us. They tell us like people drink milk out of water fountain, they drink soda out of water fountain, like people.
They said that
they told us that when we was in the refugee camp.
No
they
way.
Tell us that, and I was like, "Damn, this is a different place." Like they were like, "Oh, you come here, they got a car for you," and that's like that. That's what pushed a lot of people like want to come here. And then like,
they said they just give you a car when you come here
for you, yeah,
nah.
Yeah, bro. Like it was crazy. Like the way they just talk about America, you're like, damn, this is the best place. It's like some people used to call it heaven, man. People used to call like we going to heaven, man.
Wow,
we going to heaven. People used to like when people get here, they're like, it's different. You have to go to work. You gotta be at work every day, and then people just like, this is not American. And you see a lot of like Africans that come here and they just like disappointed, like, man, this is not what I thought. I sacrificed my life for this. Yeah, it's crazy, man. Yeah.
There's also a lot of judgment too, like the pink shoes and the pink jacket and all that.
It's crazy. Even like when I used to like I had that shiki too, like those
that shiki,
the American, the African clothing. I even wear that, and they're like making a lot of racist comments, and I was like, just clothes, man, just clothes. But it's crazy, like the world is changing so much. Like people can wear pink now, and nobody even judge them. Nobody laugh at them. It's like it's clothing, But at that time, it was different. And then now, at that time, I had to change my way of dressing. I had to like trying to adapt in the American culture and be like wearing like nice pants, great sneakers, and just don't wear pink. Trying to wear black jackets or something. Trying to be like them. Trying to adapt.
Was that hard for you?
It was hard. It was hard because, and then my parents were new here. It's like we didn't have enough money for them to be able to buy all the stuff all the time, so you can feel like you fit in, you belong to that culture, So it was kind of hard, and the older I got, I realized like, man, I don't care, man. I started doing my own thing. I started dressing the way I want to dress, and if somebody judge, they can judge. I think that we all gonna go to sleep. That we all go to sleep, we all gonna rest up, and we're gonna wake up and you're gonna probably do the same thing, and I'm gonna keep moving forward, and you're gonna be at the same place still judging. So
yeah,
I mean, yeah, it's different. It's different when you come to here, and when you expecting something different, you come here as a whole total different type of different country. And you're like, damn, this is not what I thought. But at the same time,
where did you get that mindset? Where did you learn that mindset of not that it didn't bother you, but of letting it hit you, and then also just being able to move on from the judgment and from all the people that are just haters?
I mean, it comes with surround yourself with the right people too. I don't know if explain that question a little more.
Like a lot of people that get criticized, or a lot of people let criticism stop them, and they stay stuck, or they hide, or they shrink because they don't want to be criticized. What do you think it was that gave you the strength to be criticized and at first try to adapt, and then eventually just be like, you know what, I'm just going to be myself?
You gotta accept that you want to be that you shouldn't care, you know.
But when do you think that you learned that? I guess is a better question. When
I realized everybody was just doing everything for clout. Everybody was just doing things for attention.
Was there a moment or like something that happened, or is just a gradual?
I would say there was a camp that I went to here in America.
A camp?
A camp. It was a camp where like I met a lot of great people. It was a camp where like it was a peaceful camp where you meet people from different countries and different part of the world. And
like a summer camp?
It was like a summer camp.
Okay.
And it was a place where I realized the meaning of life, really, of like being here on Earth, you know.
Oh, okay, this is interesting. Yeah. How old were you?
11.
11.
So it was like a peaceful, loving camping that I went to.
Like that was what the camp was about, was peace and love?
Yeah, peace and love. And it was just about like...
Did you guys... Was your family there? Were you alone?
No, it was just me.
Just you?
It was just me.
Your siblings didn't go?
It was me. And it was like early on, like while I was here in America. It was super early. Well, I was like trying to adapt. But at the same time, I wasn't too deep into adapting into that American culture. So it was... let me see. I apologize. It was when I was 11, and it's called Amala Foundation. I don't know.
Amala Foundation?
Amala Foundation, yeah. And that's when I kind of grew so much, be able to just say F everything and just I want to be myself. You know, it's a place where you show me that it's okay to be yourself and not have to fit in and be somebody that you're not, you know. Because I saw a group of people. It's like 136 kids that come.
How long was the camp?
A week long. So you learn a lot, and they give you a chance to actually just like communicate with just everybody there, you know. And we had like circles where we talk just about life, and just you get to see everybody's experience of like what they've done in life and what they go through. And there was like people from Iraq, people from Tanzania. I got to meet people that speak Swahili there. And I meet people from like Guatemala, Mexico. They come, all those kids come, and we get to experience and see how people live their life on a daily basis, you understand? So it's a space where I grew so much, and be able, after that, be able to have people that have the same mindset as me and be able to say, F everything, I'm gonna just be me. And I'm gonna be just that. And that helped me be able to be strong, to be able to come to different circles where people do too much judgmental, and be able to just say, F it, like if you're gonna judge me, you can judge me, and I'm gonna keep living my life. And once people start seeing that you don't really care, they won't judge you much, because they just see that you won't change. You're not making any change. You're not being who they are, and they see you really moving forward and be able to still be happy in life. So be able to go to that camp, it helps me a lot, and I appreciate it a lot every single day to be able to have that experience.
Was it all people your age?
Yeah, it was all people my age, but people from different cultures though.
Okay.
So
and so what
mix of people?
What are some activities that you remember doing?
So most of the time we used to do like we wake up, we do yogas.
You did yoga?
Yeah, yoga. That's when I first experienced yoga. So you do yoga, you get to meditate in the morning, and
after yoga?
Yeah. Like probably like in between of that too. There was like different activities, and some people would just practice, like there's some type of karate they used to do like in the morning, where like they show you that like some like how to like breathe. So it was so much going on, you know. So like in the morning we like do a lot of meditation and just like be able to show how, like, what do you like from everybody from different cultures, like what they do when they wake up in the morning. Like some people pray, some people sing, some people meditate, some people do yoga when they wake up, and to be able to accept that like this who they are. So we should accept for who they are and not be able to judge who from what they do when they wake up in the morning.
Yeah.
So that's when I learned, like, it's like that people can judge you for who you are, but don't change for the person you are. Don't never change, because that's what makes you special, you know. That's what's gonna always make you special, because you stand strong and you are who you are. So yeah, we used to do activities like that. We would sing in the morning. People would sing in the morning, pray in the morning, and be able to just sit there and just like see what they do. And if you want to be part of that, join them and do what they're doing. a good 1 hour, 2 hour just circle. And then like in the middle of the day there'll be activities where we just like go play and just swimming and just do a lot of activities. And that's a place where you get to meet people and get to see like have conversation with other people from different countries and be able to learn like how they live life, you know. And you get to appreciate that because you're like, damn, they do this. What I'm complaining about my life here in America, like damn, like I have it better than them, you know. But you get to appreciate your life more after that camping because you see like how other people live life, you know. So like me, like I can tell somebody in America, like when I was there, I tell them the life that I lived in Tanzania, and they're like, damn. Like some of my friends, they appreciate their life even more when I told them that story of mine, when I met them at that camp, and they're like, damn, life is way more beautiful than I thought. I was complaining about always eating the same thing, always going to McDonald's, always eating this and that, but I gotta appreciate that because some people out there they don't really have that. Some people wish they have that, and some people now. One of my friends that live came from India that I met there. That's my long friend, my friend now for a long. We've been friends for a long time. He told me, man, I wish I had what you guys have here, man, because this is it's amazing. Like some of you guys get to see each other after this camp, because there was like maybe at least good 30 people that from Austin. You know, like I wish I can stay here and be able to be with this type of with you guys because you guys are the same mindset. Y'all don't judge each other. Y'all always around each other. Because he going back to India, and India is like he like whole different. Like he gonna go back to the same thing he just came from.
So the camp, even though it's people from India and Iraq, a lot of those people are going to go back there.
Go back to the country, yeah.
So I thought it was all people that moved here.
No. So it's that you really come from your country, from Iraq or Tanzania or Kenya. You come here, and then you get to.
So the point is kind of for Americans to get an experience of what it's like to live in those parts of the world, and those kids to get an experience of what it's like to live in the U.S.
Yes,
kind of.
I think that was kind of the point. But at the same time, at the same time, to be able to like see how people live their life on a daily basis. Yeah. Like when I say in the morning, some people will sing in the morning, some people will pray in the morning. So you get to see like how other people do their things, like their morning routine and what they do like during night routine. So yeah, I think that's when I realized like people are gonna always judge, man. Like when I was in 5th grade, I should have known that people are gonna always judge. Now I could have if I knew what I was taught in that camp, I would have kept wearing my pink jacket every single day until people get tired of judging me, you know. So yeah, I learned that a lot from that camp, and I appreciate it a lot to be able to have that experience. And that's why I say like a lot of things that happen in our lives happen for a reason, you know. I could have never thought that camp could have changed me that much, you know.
And that was here in Austin.
That was here in Austin. Yeah, that was it was an African school where they teach English, and they was recruiting kids that would want to go to this camp and just experience it. And my mom pushed me.
I want to go experience it.
Nah, I didn't want to. My mom pushing me because I don't like to be. I didn't at a young age. I don't like to be away from my parents. I was just afraid. I was in a new country.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell am I doing? I'm gonna say, go do it. Go check it out. And my mom didn't know about it. It was like, just go, you know. And I went. I was sad because I was leaving my family for a week. And I got there. It's a life changing, man. I went there. I went to that camp crying. I came back from that camp crying because
you didn't want to leave.
I didn't want to leave that camp. You know, it was so amazing that I didn't want to leave. And most people cry, man, just because like this is like a space where like no judgmental space. Yeah. But at the same time, it's supposed to help you to be able to go to out in the world to be able to show people that like, hey, it's not okay to judge. It's not okay to do certain things. We didn't the creator of that space, the person that really created that program. Their goal was to be able to bring young people and be able to show them like life, be able to show them like how the proper way to live life, you know, and be able to not just share that in that small circle, but to also take it out to the world and be able to try to make the world a better place.
Yeah.
And that's when I come like when I come around people like you, I trying to like tell you that like one thing I always want in life is just peace. I always want peace, man. I want people to just love each other for who they are, man. And not just trying to change people and make them the person that they're not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think recently, one of the things that I've decided that I want, and I'm trying to focus more on, is peace of mind. Just like, a lot of people ask you like, oh, how are you doing? And a lot of times we'll just say like, oh, I'm good. It's like our default answer, right? And I think that puts it makes us like judge our day as good or bad.
Mm-hmm.
And recently I've just been telling people, oh, I feel at peace. Like when you don't, there are things that I'm trying to do, and there are things that I want to accomplish, and there are things that are difficult sometimes, but for the most part, I've never felt more at peace with my life than I do right now. And it's just so like, just feels like relieving. Like I don't have to do anything, but I get to choose if I want to do something. Mm-hmm. But I could just, like you were saying before we started, like I could just be comfortable and just like go to work, come home.
And that's probably what makes you happy,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
What makes you happy? Sometimes we don't have to be at a very high level. Sometimes if you're just happy where you at, man, keep that, enjoy that while you can,
Yeah.
Enjoy that, man.
I think in the US there's a lot of pressure to constantly be doing more than what you're doing.
Media.
Yeah.
You're like, damn, he doing better than me. I want to do that. It's like competition. It's like, bro, you don't need to compete all the time. There's no need to have competition with people. Some people on social media are not as happy as they look, man.
Yeah.
They're not as happy as they are in real life than they look on social media,
Yeah.
It's a trick, man. It's like people always like celebrities always like always happy. You never see a celebrity posting themselves sad and like I'm not happy. Like, they make sure they show the audience that they're always happy, And then now you think they're always happy, you put yourself in a position where like you want to get there, but at the same time they're really not happy where they're at, because who will be happy to be taking pictures every day and be filmed, being on camera every single day,
and
be the topic on every Instagram platform, every Instagram page? Nah, I wouldn't want that, man.
I feel like I'm trying to do the opposite. Yeah. I feel like I post too much negative, like not negative, but just like, oh, I'm not having a good time.
Yeah.
So I've been trying to post more like optimistic stuff.
It's crazy, man.
Yeah. And the podcast has helped with that, because if you're just complaining for an hour by yourself, who the fuck is going to listen to you?
Nobody.
Unless you're like really funny.
Yeah.
But I don't think I'm that funny.
Yeah. You funny, man. You funny, bro. But yeah, that's true what you just said, man. That's true. For real.
So before we end it, what's the name of the podcast that you're going to start? Do you have a name yet?
Nice and Chill.
Nice and Chill?
Yeah, the Nice and Chill podcast. Yeah. We'll just be chilling and have nice talks on there.
The Nice and Chill podcast. I love that name.
The Nice and Chill, man. That's what we come
up with. And it's not out yet, right? People can't find it yet.
We got an Instagram page, so
okay,
you can go follow our Instagram page. Just type in Nice and Chill podcast. It's gonna pop up, and you can follow just that.
Nice and Chill. I don't have my phone, but I'll find it after, and I'll link it.
Yeah.
In the description.
For sure.
It's just at Nice and Chill podcast.
Yeah, let me make sure I'm saying right. But yeah, that's the page on Instagram, and yeah, we'll be putting our contacts later because we don't have nice thing like this like Nico has. Like soon we'll be putting out stuff, but like Nico, like in the beginning, me and Nico, like what Nico said, the thing is when you want to do something, you just gotta start.
Yeah.
You can't just keep waiting. Keep waiting. Because I was thinking about podcasts last year, man, but I didn't have nobody tell me let's start.
Yeah.
And my partner that I'm working with, he told me let's start. And it was my goal to accomplish before the end of 2021. I'm able to already recording in January, So that's something big. I'm excited. I'm so happy that I made that move, So yeah, man, Nice and Chill podcast.
Nice and Chill podcast. Is that AND or the and symbol? It just Nice and Chill podcast
Just like
spelled
that.
out.
Yeah, just like that. Just spell it out.
And okay, so it's a Nice and Chill podcast. And then you mentioned you were in the camp and you said everybody starts their morning a different way.
This camp in America?
Yeah. I wanna end the podcast by asking you how does Redie Mumbili start his mornings?
You know, I like to eat. So it didn't get like when I wake up, sometimes I pray. I ain't gonna say I pray every day when I wake up, but sometimes I wake up, I just like straight to class and start doing class. But sometimes I pray and just appreciate that, like get a chance to live life again. Cause there's a lot of people don't wake up from their sleep. A lot of people might not wake up tomorrow, but every time I get a chance to wake up and just see the sunrise again, see the light, I just thank God and thank the man that's watching me, protecting me every single day. So, yeah, man, I pray in the morning, and
you pray and you eat,
and then I go eat, But something I liked a lot about some other cultures, like they like to sing when they wake up. Just have a good song, they sing, and then or just do yoga and just get your body warm up for the day. And yoga is really good, man. It gets you ready for the day.
Yeah, it connects you to your body.
For sure. And I've been trying to learn yoga, but I'm not very flexible, man. It's hard. It's very hard. But yeah, Redie usually pray in the morning when you wake up and just thank the man above and just get my day started, man. So I just pray for guidance and protection.
Hell yeah.
And then go on by my day. Whatever happened.
Hell yeah. Well, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you so much for inviting me here,
and for sharing your story.
Bro. It's a pleasure being here, and
I'm excited to listen to Nice and Chill podcast.
Thank you, boss. Thank you.
Awesome.
Yeah.